they want to say about this particular situation. A cost factor includes investment cost, labor cost, and anticipated service hours per year, utilization, and unit load carrying ability. Loading and unloading characteristics, operating cost, and the size requirement are the factor for the evaluation of material handling equipment. Whenever we are handling any material, we are going to use certain equipment to handle those material, but lot of costs are involved into those material handling. That cost may be related to the cost of the equipment which we are using. So it is going to be our investment. Okay. At the same time, we may require people to handle equipment. So that will come under the labor cost. Okay. And how much work we are getting out of it from the from equipments you are using for material per year or
Sorry,
maybe
sir.
per shift.
So,
Yeah,
sir, your voice is breaking.
voice is breaking.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just
Break.
Yes, sir.
a minute. Okay, now I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Still is breaking.
No, sir. It's not breaking now.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
let me let me try something else. Uh, just give me 2 minutes. Okay, tell me now I am audible and my voice is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, what we are trying to do over here, the cost which is associated with the labor and the equipment we are going to use for material handling, that we are going to consider. Now, once we have invested in the material handling equipment, that investment
Yes, sir.
will pay us. When it will pay us back, when we make a maximum utilization of that material equipment. We have that equipment, but how much we are using that equipment, up to what capacity we are using it, that is the main point. Because suppose you have particular machine, you are using it, means you can use it for 24 hours, but you are not using it for 24 hours. So it is under performance. At the same time, suppose if you are using it for 24 hours, but not up to its capacity. Okay. So you need to understand the capacity of that equipment. So you should be in a position to utilize that equipment up to its maximum capacity. So it will give you more uh, uh, value for money. Okay. And again, there are three parameters: utilization at maximum hours, utilization at its full capacity, and third important thing is that utilization of that particular equipment in a very effective and efficient way. Because you have that particular equipment, but it may be possible that someone is handling that equipment and he is not able to handle it properly. Okay. Or there are some problems while maybe at the time of loading or unloading. So you are not that much aligned with the machine equipment and how you are handling that material. Okay, suppose if you are using a Excel, you have Excel with you, you have powerful machine, you are working on that Excel for 12 hours, so you are using the maximum time which you have. So because you have purchased that Excel, at the same time you are using with full capacity of that Excel. This you want to explore all the functions which have in that Excel, but at the same time the person who is using it don't know the potential of that Excel or cannot handle that Excel properly. So what will happen? It will be remain under utilization. Okay, that we need to understand. And at the same time, if you are using those equipment, you also need to consider the other factors which are nothing but the source of power. Okay, condition where equipment has to operate is such other technical aspects. Suppose you have particular, if you are going to use petrol to run that, or you are going to use the electricity to do that. That we need to study very wisely. So in the longer term, we will understand which one is more beneficial to us. At the same time, work study techniques we need to say, as Divya rightly said, that is going to play very important role in the material handling. The ratio of operating time to loading time through palletization avoid duplicative movements. Whereas if you are processing on particular job, there is some operating time. Okay, that operating time to the loading time ratio should be balanced. Then and only then we can say that the utilization of material handling is going in a right way. And last but not the least, absolute handling system can be replaced with more efficient equipment. So upgradation of your equipment is very, very necessary. If some of the equipments are out of order, or you started feeling that you are not getting the best output, or you are using a very old techniques which you have adopted long back and you are still using it, so it is not going to help you anymore, because if there is a technology available which can miss nowadays, if you go with the smart industries, you come to know that they started using robots also. Okay, that we will see, and that will get more clear when we will see what are the different types of material handling equipment. So right now, shall I consider that some of the aspects of this paragraph is clear to you people?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, the evaluation and effectiveness of the material handling system can be measured in terms of ratio, as I told you, time spent in handling to the total time spent in production. Okay, because what is going to happen when the production starts? What you can do that when production start, the time is suppose take an example of pizza delivery. Okay, in a pizza delivery, if they are saying the customer will receive his pizza in suppose 25 minutes. Okay, so how much time you are spending in preparing that pizza, and how much time you are spending in delivering that pizza? Okay, customer is going to think about that. Do you really think that customer will think on that particular scenario?
No, no,
No,
sir.
he
Customer
wants
just
his pizza
want the
before
pizza
30
to be
minutes.
delivered in 30 minutes.
30 minutes. He will want it in 30 minutes. So, being an organizer or being an industrialist, what I need to think, I need to minimize that handling time, and how I can make a benchmark, because somebody is going to count. Suppose if we are taking an example of production also, so how much time it will take to produce one car? Okay, we will say that suppose 8 hours, but those 8 hours includes the assembly, the processing, and at the same time material handling also. Got it or not? Otherwise, it does. If you look at this particular definition or whatever ratio they are saying, it makes no sense. Time spent on handling to the time spent on production. It doesn't make any sense. But being a production engineer, we need to understand that how we need to look at it. Okay, because the total time spent in production is suppose 8 hours, but if you come to know that out of those 8 hours, time spent in handling is suppose 4 hours, then how we can decide the effectiveness of that material handling system. It can be a 50%. So how we can minimize it? That is the main issue we need to address. Got it or not?
Yes,
Are
sir.
you getting?
Yes,
Or
sir.
any confusion on this particular point, because this is very important to understand.
No, sir.
टाइम समझ लें सगळ्यांना की टाइम स्पेंड इन हँडलिंग
Sir, could you explain it once again? Like, what all are you constituting when you say time spent in handling?
Okay. Suppose if you are traveling to college from your home. Okay. Getting it. Your ultimate aim is to reach to the college at right time. Agree on this? In
Yes,
that,
sir.
which time you are going to consider the traveling time?
Yeah.
You are traveling
Yes, sir.
by, suppose, local transport. You are going to consider the traveling time. But you get late. What reason you will give it to me?
The local transport ran late.
Yeah. Means I was waiting for a bus. Huh? It was running.
Yes, sir.
Right? So why you give that reason?
Because it was the mode I chose.
Yeah, because the effectiveness of the transport was not that as per you have estimated.
Excuse me, sir.
देखो सिंपल सी बात बताता हूँ मैं. आप अगर again going back to the pizza, if suppose 10 minutes take to bake the pizza, okay, and 15 minutes to transport it. You take it or not? Huh? So there is some correlation that 10 minutes is required and 15 minutes for traveling, huh? Or to deliver that pizza. Now this is the ratio which I have with me. But if I can but when I sum up these two timing, what happened? The total delivery time of the product.
Sir, your voice is cutting.
Getting it
Sir,
or not?
I think there is some network issue at your end, sir.
Yes, sir.
हे ओम पिल्लू हे दरवाजा ऑन ठेव ना बेटा. आय एम नॉट गेटिंग नेटवर्क रे. हा प्लीज. ठीक है. Hello. Now I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Sir, I sort of got that, but what I don't see is why are we comparing it with the total time spent in production? Like, I don't see how it's related with the way we think of return on investments. I don't see why we need to consider total time spent in production on the denominator.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you need to understand the example which I am trying to give you related to your transportation. Right? Total traveling time. Okay, you need to reach at. Suppose we go to industry directly. That will be more better. Okay. Total time spent in production is equal, which includes क्या क्या include होता है total time spent in production में? From raw material to finished good. Okay. And we are going to do some of the operations on that particular raw material. Agree on this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
When that particular component is on machine, it's working over there, it's processing over there. But if you want to send that particular workpiece which is semi-finished to the next machine, okay, and if you fail to send that semi-finished product to the next machine, there will be delay in the production time. There will be delay in the production time, and that delay will be just because of the time spent in handling.
Yeah.
Getting it or not?
Hmm.
As I told you, you are saying that today I am 10 minutes late. So your overall performance decreases. But what you are going to do then, if you eliminate the waiting time for a bus from your uh, overall period of traveling, what will happen? There will be no delay, or you will never get late. So that waiting period is something related to the handling. Okay, because handling is not efficient. Now it's clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I want to add something to this.
Yeah,
May may I add something to this?
Yes, Mihir, please.
Okay. So, as she asked that why are we considering total time spent in production in the denominator? Is it the case like that the total time spent in handling is in our hands, like we can control that, but the other process in the production, like purchase or delivery time of raw goods, so that that things are not in our hands. So that's why we focus on time spent in handling, and total time spent in production is in the denominator. So is it the case?
Yeah, whatever you're saying is absolutely right. Actually, when we say it is not in hand, so it means that it is out of control, but it is a purview of material handling system.
Okay.
That
No,
we
no.
need to,
The time spent in handling is in our hands, but the like transport of raw goods from vendor to the actual production line is might not be in our hands. So
yeah, but just because of that, what will happen? Time spent in handling will increase, na?
no, no. But the time spent in handling starts when the material is at the production site or at.
Yeah, but for instance, if you start considering that it is not on the production line itself, huh?
Right.
But for that we are not going to stop the production. We are not expected to stop the production.
Right.
So what we'll say that the total time spent in production is going to increase.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Getting it or not?
Right. Right. Right.
So
Okay.
that's why material handling management system, when we
Mhm.
look at it a broader sense, we need to
Mhm.
understand that uh, it is not about only handling. We are using word handling, but providing it at a right time, in the right quantity.
Right, right. So just in time principle.
Yeah, just in time is going to play important role, because
Okay.
just in time is the terminology which we use. Is a very we look at that terminology in a very simplest way, but it is
Mhm.
very complex. Okay,
Yes. There are
the
many
basic
variables included.
fundamental is to provide everything in just in time, but
Mhm.
we are not focusing on at in which quantity, at what time. Everything we need to consider or analyze it very wisely.
Yes, sir.
Okay, suppose if you take an example of this particular thing, and if you want to minimize the overall suppose the relationship between supply and demand. Okay,
Mhm.
there is certain relation between supply and demand. You have n number of sources is going to supply. There are n number of sources where you need to fulfill the demand. Okay,
Mhm.
but what will happen? How efficiently you supply those, how you fulfill those demand with the help of available supply. That
Right.
is called as optimization, and that will come under then OR.
Right.
Suppose if you want to solve this problem, you can solve this problem by two methods. One is assignment model and transportation model.
Mhm.
we need to put in that particular terminology, and we need to find out with the help of the techniques, optimization techniques we have.
Right.
Uh,
Okay.
I hope it will get more clear in further slides, or when we will when we will come to know more about material handling. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Equipment utilization ratio. Now, as we have already discussed in that para itself, the equipment utilization ratio is an important indicator for judging the material handling system. The ratio can be computed and compared with similar firms or in the same over a period of time, that we need to understand in order to know the total efforts needed for moving material. It may be necessary to compute material handling labor ratio. This ratio can be calculated as person assigned to material handling upon total operating workforce. What what they want to say over here? Material handling labor MHL ratio is calculated by persons assigned to material handling upon total operating workforce. Anybody can explain me this? Because
Yes, sir.
there is one more ratio called as direct labor handling loss ratio, which is nothing but a material handling time loss of labor upon total direct labor time. That we will study afterward. But before that, we need to see that what is meant by MHL. Means अगर 5 kg का एखादा बॉक्स है, how many people needed to lift that box? कितना एक आदमी sufficient
One
रहेगा?
single person.
One person.
person is sufficient.
But if unnecessarily we are providing 2 people, so what will happen? Material handling
Inefficient work.
will decrease.
Sir, and
Inefficient.
Yeah. And now you might be thinking the personnel assigned to material handling, how I am going to decide that how much people will require? That study is entirely different. Allocation and total operating force is the force which we have, or how much force we require to do that work. So we should be in a position to get that work efficiently. आपको बताता हूँ जो सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनीज रहती है ना, देर इज अ कंसेप्ट, उनको एक प्रोजेक्ट आता है सपोज, तो वो प्रोजेक्ट जो रहता है ना, उस प्रोजेक्ट के ऊपर उनको एक स्टैंडर्ड बेंचमार्क जिस कंपनी का उनको प्रोजेक्ट मिला है उनको एक्सप्लेन करना होता है, and they need to show it on a paper or sometimes maybe in actual that this is going to be a material, अपन material handling बोलेंगे क्योंकि अपने को वर्ड समझता है, this is your task, it is nothing but the material handling, and at the same time to handle all this material efficiently, after assigning those material handling to that person, we have, suppose there is capacity of each and every person is 10 kg and the total load is 100 kg, so we require 10 people. So we need to show the total operating workforce of 10 people. Getting it or not? तो सॉफ्टवेयर में भी ये होता है, एखादा प्रोजेक्ट आता है तो वो बोलते हैं पहले मुझे टोटल ऑपरेटिंग वर्कफोर्स दिखाओ आपका. दैट्स व्हाई देयर इज वन कंसेप्ट कॉल्ड ऑन बेंच. उनको एस्ट्रोलॉग रखने पड़ते हैं क्यों? तो टोटल ऑपरेटिंग वर्कफोर्स दिखाने के लिए. MHL जो है मटेरियल हैंडलिंग लेबर रेशियो, this ratio should be better for the outer agency, and we need to maximize this ratio considering the internal. इसलिए क्या होता है, जैसे ही प्रोजेक्ट चला जाता है, कुछ हो जाता है, लोगों को क्या बोलते हैं, आप जॉब छोड़ के चले जाओ, जॉब से निकाल देते हैं. ठीक है, so such type of things started happening. So ultimately the simple phenomena is that personnel assigned to material handling, suppose the capacity of that person is 10 kg and your total working load is suppose 100 kg, so you required 10 people. Then and only then you can manage the material handling ratio. The utilization factor or use factor is the ratio of the time that a piece of equipment is in use to the total time that it could be in use. Suppose there is a shift of 8 hours. Okay, so he should be in a position to work at least, or you should have work of 7 hours to assign to that person. Then and only then you are going to make the maximum utilization of that person, and your MHL will boost. Got it or not? Why I am saying 7 hours out of 8 hours?
Sir, because there is a lunch time which we have to eliminate, and then all washroom and all that we should maintain about that also.
Okay, perfect. This you got it. Okay, equipment utilization ratio. Equipment utilization ratio is nothing but a direct labor handling loss ratio, material handling time loss of labor upon total direct labor time. The same thing. If we have assigned that particular person to work for 7 hours, but he is not able to work for 7 hours, this is one scenario, and you don't have any work to assign him in those 7 hours. Okay. So that is called as a direct labor handling loss ratio. है ना? कोई तो भी आदमी 7 घंटे के लिए आपने रखा है, पर आपके पास उसको काम ही नहीं है देने के लिए 7 घंटे का, तो अल्टीमेटली क्या हो गया? वो डायरेक्ट लेबर लॉस हो गया ना, बिकॉज दैट पर्सन इज आइडल एट दैट टाइम. ठीक है. So how you utilize your resources with a maximum efficiency, okay, while handling. We are discussing the general problem, but when we correlate it with the material handling, means we are indulged in only material handling processes. That you need to understand. We are not, means if you try to correlate it with the suppose machining or operator, so it is applicable to that also. But here we are concentrating on the material handling perspective. Okay, the moment operation ratio, which is calculated after dividing the total number of moves and total number of productive operations, indicates whether the worker are going through too many motions because of poor routing. It may be possible. Anybody can explain me this paragraph? What they want to say? Should? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The moments operation ratio, which is calculated after dividing the total number of moves by the total number of productive operations, indicates whether the worker are going too many motions because of poor routing.
So extra amount of work if they're doing something like that. Whether any extra rework or something.
Okay.
Maybe for that it is there.
Okay, we will talk about one scenario. If you go to the grocery shop, okay, you are not carrying any bag with you. Suppose you purchase, 2 kg of sugar, 2 kg of wheat, some biscuit packet, bread packet, or 3, 4 items, and you don't have any bag. And that person told you that I don't have any plastic bag. Okay. So to take those items to your bike, suppose, if you are going to dump it in your bike का ये रहता है ना डिक्की, in that. So there might be possibility that you need to make a 2 round of for that, because it is not possible to handle all the groceries at a time just because of different shape and different weight, and you have constraint that you don't have anything and you have only your hand with you. So what you need to do? You will take suppose sugar and wheat at once, then you will take bread packets and everything in the second round. So what you are doing? You are making more number of moves. Are you agree on this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But
Yes, sir.
if you have a proper system or proper equipment to do this activity, or proper equipment or proper system is nothing but you just have a single carry bag with you. What you are going to do? Your total overall efforts will decrease, number of moves will decrease, hmm, and you can finish that operation in least minimum time. Getting it or not? Getting it or not?
Sir, it means
Yes, sir.
non-product. It's quite related to non-productive time.
Exactly, na? That's why we are trying to find out all these ratio, na?
Okay.
Once we get that ratio poor, then we start thinking ki where I can improve my system.
Okay.
Then and only then we can think na, ki how I can improve my system. Because in general, it is very difficult in industry to understand where we are losing our resources, where we are losing our time. That is very difficult to understand. That's why we need to study each and every bit very carefully. Right now, we are thinking in a very broader sense. Okay, सब कुछ अपन ऐसे देख रहे हैं. But you need to do a minute observation. You need to take n number of observations, do the analysis of those observations, and then you come to know that okay, if I this even you believe it or not, that poor moving routine is something related to the one decision, a simple decision, rather than keeping this nut bolt, nut, nut and bolts are there. At a one side, if I put one carriage of nut on left hand side and one carriage of bolt on right hand side, just changing the position of material placing, you can increase the efficiency of operations also. Do you agree on this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
आपने सिंपल सी कभी बात ऑब्जर्व की होंगी, आप घर में अगर किचन में काम भी कर रहे हो ना, तो उस आपकी मम्मी अगर बिजी है तो वो क्या बोलती है, एक काम करना, इस साइड से आ जा.
Exactly.
वो क्यों बोल रही है? उसको जो चीजें चाहिए उस वक्त काम करते हो, दैट माइट बी ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड और लेफ्ट हैंड साइड ऑफ her, and you are exactly standing over there. So it is decreasing her efficiency of doing work. तो ये अपन छोटे छोटे एग्जाम्पल समझ रहे हैं, बट एट द सेम टाइम व्हेन यू गो टू द इंडस्ट्री to tackle the problem or to understand or to deal with the problem in the industry is totally depend on your observation. Is you start observing things for no reason and just note down the timing, the moment occurring, and by observing it again and again, you get a clear picture where you can improve the things. Getting it or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we will go back to material handling equipment. You might be familiar with most of the material handling equipment. The selection of material handling equipment is an important decision as it affects both cost and efficiency of the handling system. If we have a better handling equipment, it is very easy to finish your task at a, with a minimum time. Okay, if there is a car assembly plant, okay, there are two lines. Okay, they are producing a same car. Okay, Divya, this question is for you. Are you
Yes,
there?
sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. There are two lines. They are manufacturing the same type of car, same variant. Everything is same. In one line, we are using a highly sophisticated material handling equipment. Okay. And on the other line, we are using a conventional material handling equipment, which are not that much sophisticated. So what difference you will find on both the lines?
The one with the highly sophisticated equipment handling machine is going to be a lot more, is going to be performing a lot more in an optimized way and producing way more compared to the one which uses conventional handling equipments.
Okay. And what about the time?
The sophisticated one will have a better time to output ratio.
Exactly. And that is the answer of your question, which you asked previously. Why
Yes,
time
sir.
is required less? Because we are using now a sophisticated equipment.
Yes, sir.
Getting it now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Factor affecting the selection of material handling equipment, because before we handle any material, okay, we need to understand that, or we need to take some of the factors into consideration. You believe it or not, there are our human mind or our body is designed for that. But when it comes to a very practical way of doing work, we never follow. Suppose if you take a properties of a material, whether it is solid, liquid, or gas, uh, and in what size, what shape, and weight it is to be moved, are the important consideration and can already lead to a preliminary elimination of range of available equipment under review. And अपन ने स्टार्टिंग में डिसाइड कर लिया रहता है ये यूज करेंगे ये यूज करेंगे ये यूज करेंगे, बट व्हेन यू नो द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ मटेरियल, which type of property that material possess, on the basis of that it is very easy for us to select the right type of material handling equipment. Okay. Now, just tell me, Nimesh, are you there? Nimesh?
Yes, sir.
निमिष, तुला 10 किलोचं, सपोज 15 किलोचं सिलेंडर उचलायचं, हा ठीक आहे, आणि 15 किलोचं एक बाळ उचलायचं,
15 किलोचं
स्मॉल बेबी,
okay,
which is of suppose 4-5 years, okay, and his weight is suppose 15 kg. तुझा अप्रोच सेम राहील?
Sir, I can't hear you properly.
Okay. If you want to lift just a minute.
आन्सर दिला
काय?
मी मराठीमध्ये एका क्वेश्चनचा आन्सर दिला.
So sweet. I just finished in 10 minutes. I'll be back. Yeah, Nimish, suppose if you want to handle a 15 kg of cylinder, okay, and 15 kg of small baby, okay, your approach is going to be same or different?
Different.
On which parameters?
Because handling a baby will be different, because a baby is not stationary, he'll be moving. So so like it will help me by the baby will be in motion, whereas the cylinder will be stationary. So it will be difficult for me to handle a cylinder as compared to a baby.
Okay. And what about your approach? The way you are going to hold, or the pressure you are going to apply on the cylinder, the same type of pressure you are going to apply on the baby's body?
Yeah, like
Maybe
for
that
handling a
weight
baby.
Weight is same. We going to do that?
Like the placement of my hand won't be the same, because while
Okay.
handling the baby, I'll handle it by, like uh, uh I'll like I'll handle it through putting my hands on the shoulder or the waist, and for handling the cylinder, I'd probably uh, handle it by keeping one of my hand on the upper side and the other at the bottom, or
Yeah, means
both
your
the hands on the
the
ring of the
way
cylinder.
of handling might be different. Very good.
Yeah,
Uh, uh, I want to ask other students that uh, have you started imagining the situation which I just told you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
या और उसमें बहुत सारा डिफरेंस अभी फील कर रहे हो
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
in your own mind.
Yes, sir.
Huh? No, I will not apply too much pressure on a baby the way I used to handle. Cylinder is ultimately going to be a dead weight, which I studied
Mm-hmm.
2 days back. Huh? And baby is in motion, as Nimesh says. So the weight may reduce, but it's moving. So I need some firm grip on that. But at the same time, I need to take care that that grip should not damage the baby. We are not going to consider that particular thing in case of cylinder. When I'm moving that baby, I need to see that baby should not get stuck anywhere or may not get hit to something else. In case of cylinder, you may not give any consideration to that. So there is a lot of difference. हाँ सूरज लगता है
Yes.
आपको?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. ऋषिकेश?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
So these things already in our mind, which is already planned. But when we think from an industry point of view, we need to go through each and every detail of that. It is not only about the it's a solid, liquid, or gas. At the same time, its properties. It may be corrosive, it may be toxic, or what effect it can make. This is the material required to handle a liquid atom like a water. Huh? You may go for a plastic pipe, you may go for a metal pipe. But if it's an acid, you cannot go for a plastic pipe. It's a very simple phenomena. Okay. So that thing we need to consider. And then next most important point is layout and characteristics of building. What type of layout you have and what are the restricting factors which attached to that layout. So availability of space is going to play very important. Okay, it's a high level ceiling or low level ceiling. On the basis of that, is it possible for me to bring that particular equipment inside my building or not? Or is it easy for me to handle it very carefully? Even when you buy a toy, also, na, you think about your space within a house. Okay. If we take any access equipment at our home, nowadays most of the people are planning to buy a dishwasher. Okay. बहुत लोग मीन्स अभी जो स्टडी हुआ है उसमें ये देखा गया है कि
Yes,
most of the
sir.
people like to buy a dishwasher, but still they are not buying. Why? There is only one reason where they are going to place it, because they never thought about that. We will buy such type of equipment. Okay, so this is a very small example which relates with the layout and the characteristics of the building. So, building structure may restrict you to get a material handling equipment which may require for you to handle the material. That's why while designing the building also, we need to take consideration of material handling equipment. Now you just observe that what type of equipment we can use inside. It may be if there are two, fixed and moving. Okay. If they are fixed and they are big, still we can manage. we can bring them inside and assemble it inside. That we can do. But what about if that particular equipment is moving? Then it needs a substantial space to move. Okay, so that consideration we need to take while selecting the material handling equipment. At the same time, the layout itself will indicate the type of production system. Suppose it's a continuous production system, you can see lot of long conveyors and the long lines are there. If you go to the small scale industry, you come to know that okay, the space is very small, the handling of material is very quick, so we are using boxes or maybe small trolleys or something like that. Nothing more than that. Okay, but if it's a continuous production system, a long system, then your set of material handling equipment might change. So that is the difference. Now, production flow. If it's a continuous production flow, we need entirely different set of material handling equipment. Because if on the other hand, what we can say that flow is not constant and direction changes occasionally from one point to another point, then the set of material handling equipment might be entirely different. Okay. That will suppose if it's fixed, what you will do, you will go for conveyors or something like that, which you don't need to move every day. But if it's not there, then you need to go for forklift truck or something like that. Okay, or industry truck that we need to use. So total structure or the production flow is going to play very important role during the while selecting the material handling equipment. And one more important parameter is going to be a cost consideration, because if you are going to use a very sophisticated material handling equipment, it is going to cost you more. But at the same time, you need to see that is it really necessary or it paying me back, uh, or is it advisable to invest that much money into material handling equipment? Because when we talk about cost consideration, it is not only about the cost consideration. Why most of the people in India buy a Maruti Suzuki car? Because they consider the initial cost also and after that running cost also. Okay. But if you are buying a Jaguar or suppose BMW or maybe Mercedes, you need to consider both. There are n number of costs. Initial cost is high. Okay, I can afford the initial cost. But what about the running cost? The average of that vehicle, then the maintenance of that vehicle, the insurance of that vehicle. So all these costs we need to take into consideration, and at the same time, the cost with respect to the life of that particular material handling equipment. What will be the life? Then nature of operation. As I say, what type of operation you are going to carry out. Again, that baby example and cylinder example is going to play very important role. If that particular product is very sophisticated, so you need to pick up it very lightly, okay, and you entirely need a very different material handling system for that. You cannot use rough, you cannot go for a rough handling over there, okay. So for that we need to study the nature of operations also. Then other engineering factors like the selection of equipment depends on the engineering factors like door and ceiling dimension, floor space or floor condition and structural strength. What we will do tomorrow again, we will go through all these factors as we are running out of time. What I will do, I will stop over here, and tomorrow again we will revise all these factors and we will study what are the different types of material handling equipment. Is it okay?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.